Leading them in is car 2, Herreen. On the outside of him is USA 3, Sleepy Trip, one to watch. Second row in the yellow car, Phil March, of course. On the outside of him, USA 1, Jean Jeanette. Ron Gates back behind them. Then we've got Terry Wigsell on the outside. Wigsell done a bit of work on the car in the past week with the cooling system and the diff. And then we've got at the rear of the field, car 4, Bill Wigsell. This time we should be set for a start. Herreen looks good there, but with Phil March right behind him and the two Americans in their special Volkswagen-powered midgets. Be interesting to see how we go. Okay, we've got a green flag, and on the outside, Sleepy Trip tries to get the jump in front of Herreen. And Herreen takes him up high, but Sleepy Trip puts the foot down on 3 wheels down the back straight. And it's Sleepy Trip in the lead. Herreen in second spot. Jean Jeanette in there. And also in his beat-up powered machine. Phil March running in fourth spot. Behind him is Terry Wigsell. Here they go. Now Jean Jeanette goes up high. Phil March comes through underneath him. Learn that lesson quickly. You don't do that sort of thing in front of Phil March. Down the straight. Sleepy Trip in front. Herreen riding a tighter line there. Clipping the markers as he goes through the corner. Down the back straight they go. There's Jean Jeanette coming underneath Phil March. That's an unusual move. Marty won't be used to that. Marty goes up high. And we've got problem with Sleepy Trip too, running backwards through the field. He's got problems. There's Jean Jeanette. Now, race leader is Phil March. Jean Jeanette in second spot, followed by Phil March. So Herreen out in front there in car 2. Now Jean Jeanette coming up behind him. Can he hold him off for another 4 laps? Up on 3 wheels. Jeanette coming through on the inside of Herreen. Herreen widens up and lets him through. Jean Jeanette, USA number 1. Through into the lead. Herreen in second spot. Phil March got no answer for these cars tonight. Phil March is running in third spot. Doesn't seem to be able to counter these cars. There's Terry Wigsell. There's March. And back behind March is Terry Wigsell. But there's our race leader, USA 1 from Phoenix, Jean Jeanette. And there he comes with 1 lap to go. And certainly showing his dominance here tonight. It'll be interesting to find out what was wrong with Sleepy Trip and why he had to withdraw from the race. There's car 2, that's Herreen. But here's the checkered flag out for this car. Number 1 from the USA, Jean Jeanette. In second spot, Herreen in car 2. Phil March running in third, followed by Terry Wigsell, then Bill Wigsell. Okay, cars coming around for heat 2 of the Derby, being led in there by 14 Graham Snellgrove. Small field. Terry Wigsell jumps around into the lead, but he's got Herreen there in the white car. Number 2 out after him in no uncertain terms. Graham Snellgrove in third spot. There's Herreen. Now we've got Wigsell driving a reasonably good line. A little bit high coming out of the corner. But Herreen is back a little bit still. Terry Wigsell done a lot of work on the car in the past week. Herreen also been working on that one to get it up. And Herreen is in second spot from Wigsell. Now we've got car 19. Gary Dillon is in third spot, but there's Wigsell. Wigsell leading down the back straight. Herreen doesn't seem to have any answer for him. The car of Wigsell is going exceptionally well. Trouble with the cooling system on it. Now we go back in the back there to Graham Snellgrove. And Kevin Cook behind him. Cook goes up high and wide, and Kelly Newcastle sorting that one out. Kevin Cook in car 12. But our race leader is Terry Wigsell. We've got Herreen in second spot. Long way back then to Gary Dillon. Dillon about to be challenged again by Graham Snellgrove, who's going to try and get third spot back. Dillon has been plagued with mechanical problems with his car as well over the past few meetings. Now we've got Terry Wiggsell up very high, and Herreen coming through underneath him, and I think he's got the jump. Yep, Herreen is through. Now he goes up high, and Wiggsell fights back again down the back straight. Herreen puts the foot down and draws away from Wiggsell. Wiggsell coming into the corner a little bit faster, but drifts up higher. Both cars up fairly high, getting a bit of bite up higher on the track as they come down very wide down the straight. It's Herreen in the lead. Terry Wiggsell in second spot. They've opened up a half a lap lead now over car 14, which is Graham Snellgrove. Then we've got Kevin Cook in 19 is Gary Dillon back behind them. Here's Graham Snellgrove. He's running in third spot. But the white flag is out for Herreen. Terry Wiggsell in second spot. Herreen leads them down the back straight. Unchallenged from Terry Wiggsell, who's dropped right back and slowed down, it appears. Yes, he has. He's slowed right down considerably. But Herreen over the line first. Limping Terry Wiggsell in for second in car 6. He's got problems there. Let's hope there's nothing major. Car 14, Graham Snellgrove for third. Then we've got 12, Kevin Cook. And also mechanically troubled 19, Gary Dillon coming in fifth spot. Okay, better line this time, as long as they don't break early. Better line. We've got a good start there. And Herreen getting to jump on Jeanetton. Jeanetton is taking him up, or trying to take him up high. Herreen puts the power on the back straight in the rotary Mazda in car 2. And we've got Gene Jeanetton in the VW powered car in second spot. Herreen, look at him hugging that pole line. Back behind them is Terry Wiggsell. Herreen there in car 2. Gene Jeanetton in the Volkswagen powered of USA number 1 running in second spot. Back behind them is 6, Terry Wiggsell. Herreen drifts up a little bit high. Jeanetton's getting his nose down underneath. All the cars side by side rubbing wheels as they come down the straight. Herreen closes the gate. Oh, beautiful line. Herreen goes up a little bit high. Can Jeanetton get through? Jeanetton tries it again. A couple of wheels on the infield. Buttons off. And Herreen powers it on down the back straight. Breathing down the next is Terry Wiggsell. Now, can Herreen hold him down this time? Herreen down the straight. Beautiful line. Herreen driving a treat. Get a bit on the infield there, and Jeanetton gets underneath him. Down the back straight, the rotary-powered Mazda roaring out, opening up a little bit of a lead there over the Volkswagen-powered car of Gene Jeanetton. Jeanetton knocks wheels there and gets a bit crossed up. Terry Wiggsell trying for an outside line. Herreen and Wiggsell now. Terry Wiggsell moving up in front of the American. So we've got Herreen out in front. Wiggsell still up high, and the American might take back that second placing. I think he has. He slotted himself in there. Smoke flies as the tyres rub, and Wiggsell's underneath him again. Wiggsell, a beautiful, fantastic move underneath Gene Jeanetton, coming up behind Herreen now. So we've got South Australians 1 and 2. Herreen, Gene Jeanetton running in third spot. This is a race. Is this a race? And there is Wiggsell underneath Herreen. Wiggsell moving into the lead now. Gene Jeanetton underneath Herreen. Terry Wiggsell out in the lead. Gene Jeanetton in second spot. So we've got a Sigma, Volkswagen and Mazda powered cars in that order. Terry Wiggsell holding on to that lead. Look at him driving that pole line. Hugging the inside of the track. Gene Jeanetton now puts his nose up high. Is he going to try for an outside pass? Or isn't he? Yes. Oh, he clips it back. And Jeanetton goes into the fence. Jeanetton's hit the fence. Jeanetton clipped the back of Wiggsell car, rode up over it, got crossed up sideways. There was nowhere to go. He just skidded straight into the fence. Well, that's really bad luck for the American. Let's hope that car is not badly damaged. He's hit the fence fairly straight by the look of things, and hopefully the car can be repaired. You can see it there. They're checking the front of the car now, and we should see a start this time round, I think, with Phil March back there on the outside. An awkward spot to get through. Got Terry Wiggsell beside him. Terry's been going fantastically well tonight. Ron Gates, of course, is up there too. Ron has been having a top night. There's a bit of smoke coming from the car at the moment. Gene Jeanetton back on 12. Sleepy Trip and the 2 USA boys. He's back on 14. Looking good for a start. There it is. They're away and racing in the International Speedcar Derby. Bob McMillan gets the lead into the corner. Up high goes Ron Gates. And back in the pack, car 10. Lee Mitchell nearly hit the wall there. Here comes Sleepy Trip round the outside. Coming up behind Phil March. There's Gene Jeanetton. They tuck down tight in behind Phil March. Car 3 is Sleepy Trip. The gold car is Gene Jeanetton. There's Phil March. Car 78 up behind Bill Wiggsell. There's Gene Jeanetton looking for the inside line on March. And we've got one up there in the fence exploding in smoke. That's the car of Bob McMillan. I think it's Bob McMillan over there. Spun it, and yep, Bob McMillan. in car number 66. There's the green flag for the restart, and Herreen leads them off. Herreen in second spot. Go into the corner, a bit of a tight bunch there. There's Phil March and Bill Wigsell. And March coming up on the inside now of Herreen. The Americans following him through. Herreen pushed up high and wide on the track there with no hope of getting down. Look at Sleepy Trip rocketing out wide there, trying to get some speed up down the corner. There's Bill Wigsell pushed up high. Gene Jeanette coming through behind and underneath him. Bill March setting the pace for the South Aussies. Herreen is out front as long as the car holds together and those overheating problems don't resurface. Car 3 there, the red car of Sleepy Trip down the back straight. We've got Terry Wigsell, Sleepy Trip back behind him. Wigsell up high, Sleepy Trip coming through underneath. The car's just almost touched there. Sleepy Trip gains a place on Terry Wigsell, Bill Wigsell. Now is the next on the list. 3 wheels down the back straight, almost touching as he goes through. Look at the power that car's got. Just puts her up there on the 3 wheels, puts the power on, and the nose lifts up in the air. Bill Wigsell now lost a place. Gene Jeanette in there, the gold car, just in front of Sleepy Trip. He's still trying to make a move past Phil March. Gene Jeanette, there's Phil March. March and Herreen is the race leader, the white car, just went onto your screen. There's Herreen, he's the race leader. 78, Phil March in second spot. Gene Jeanette there on the gold car running in third, and back behind him is Sleepy Trip in the red car. There's Bill Wigsell back behind him, and Terry Wigsell running in about sixth spot. There's Bill Wigsell. Phil March, a couple of wheels on the infield. He's doing the 3-wheeler trick down the back straight now. Herreen out in front there. The rotary Mazda powered midget, paired by Alec Rowe. Phil March in second spot, driving right behind Phil March. Looks to get through on the infront now. March went up high then, and Herreen went up high. March in no position to take advantage of it. One car pulled infield there in a cloud of smoke is Steve Hennig. Steam blasting from the side of the car as Sleepy Trip's trying to make a move on Gene Jeanette and gets through Phil March, and Herreen having a battle royal there for the lead in the race. See the car of Steve Hennig's there. Steam billowing from it as he pulled infield. Now we're coming up behind Leif Mitchell, one of the slower cars. Herreen's underneath, Phil March going through. Look at this, here comes Jeanette up on the inside. No, it's Sleepy Trip. Sleepy Trip's got through on the inside of March. Can March fight back? It's Herreen out in front. Sleepy Trip in car 3 in second spot from the USA. Phil March there running in third in car number 78, the yellow car. Gene Jeanette is pulled in field, ladies and gentlemen. The favoured American is pulled in field. Now Sleepy Trip is out after Herreen. There's Gene Jeanette. And Sleepy Trip's rounding him up on the outside. This is incredible stuff. Puts the power on. Can Herreen match him down this back straight? No. Sleepy Trip moves into the lead. Herreen in second spot, unable to match the power of the Volkswagen-powered car 3 from the USA. Herreen in car 2, Phil March back behind him, passing Bob Sincock on the inside. Great going here. There he is, the race leader. The 2 air inductions sticking up high on the midget. Very low nose midget. Murray Williams now, the next one to fall. And Terry Wigsell has pulled in field now. Phil March there. Phil March being left behind. There's Herreen there. Oh, and Phil March nearly flipped her sideways there as he came through that corner. Back tyre really bit in. Is our race leader heading down the straight with very little traffic ahead of him now. Car 3, Sleepy Trip. Will the car hold together for the remaining 29 laps? Phil March there passing Murray Williams down the back straight. Sleepy Trip coming into the main straight now, right down in front of us. Slides her sideways through that corner. Still up on 3 wheels. The car handling a lot better now. 56 Herreen, the next one to fall to Sleepy Trip. Trip has a quick look over the shoulder to see where his challenges are, and there are none there. Herreen in second spot. Phil March running in third. These two certainly eclipsed by Sleepy Trip. And these two boys are fast. Now we're looking to see Herreen About a big challenge for second spot. Phil March coming underneath. Herreen tucks back down in front again. Years of racing experience there. Herreen running in second. Phil March looking for that inside run. There's plenty of time to do it in. Phil March now might be trying for an outside. Comes up higher down the straight. Herreen still hugging that pole line. Leith Mitchell is lapped again by these two as they go down the back straight. Herreen driving a beautiful line there. 15.4 the lap time for Sleepy Trip. Certainly fast mover. There he is, Sleepy Trip up on the three wheels again as he leads them under the pit gate. 15.46 he's lapping in. Very fast time. Down the back straight. Sleepy Trip unchallenged. And has certainly got the race in the bag if the car holds together. Ron Gates there in car number 3. We've got 33 Brian Mullins and 25 Bob Sincock. Brian Mullins, I guess, would be running around about 5th or 6th, I would guess. With so many cars being lapped, it's difficult to tell. There's Sleepy Trip now, rounding up Brian Mullins. Bob Sincock. Ooh, Sleepy Trip buttoning off there. No need to push your luck. Plenty of laps left to go. And Sleepy Trip does a beautiful job of bringing that car through the corner. Tucks it down tight, coming up behind Ron Gates, the other car 3 in the race. There's Phil Herreen. Phil Herreen still running in second spot in front of Phil March. March dropped back a little bit now. Still a long way from home too. 14 laps left to go. Phil Herreen and Phil March. There's our race leader down the straight. Sleepy Trip from the USA. Blitzes them every time he comes to Australia and New Zealand. Normally does a tour of both. Leith Mitchell slowed right down there back in the field. He's hanging out on the track too, trying to get infield, I guess. Room to do it now, but here is our second and third, and the challenge is on again. The second. Oh, and Phil March mounts the back of Phil Herreen's car. Bounces down again. Doesn't button off at all either. Phil March on the right of your screen. Phil Herreen on the left in car 2. They come up close together again. Car 33. Brian Mullins being passed here. Phil March and Phil Herreen. Phil March should realise there's 11 laps to go. There's still plenty of time before any desperate moves are made. Phil Herreen goes up a little bit high coming into the straight, but March followed him there. Meanwhile, as they're just coming out of the straight, coming in the other end of it is Sleepy Trip. There he is, down the straight. Sleepy Trip into the back straight. Now back in the main straight again, we've got Phil Herreen. There he is, and Phil March. These two boys are really driving a battling race tonight. Both of them very evenly matched. Looks like that overheating problem of the car 2 hasn't resurfaced again tonight. Thank goodness. They've done a lot of work on the car, and there's Sleepy Trip down the main straight again. Car 4, Bill Wigsell there, being lapped by Sleepy Trip, and that doesn't happen to Bill Wigsell very often. There's the battle for second. Car 2 still holding off. 78, Phil March. Phil Herreen now lapping car 51, Murray Williams. Phil March behind him. That checkered flag is drawing closer with 6 circuits of Speedway Park to go for car 3, Sleepy Trip from the USA. Volkswagen powered car, and it's certainly proved it's reliable. 35 laps have elapsed. Car 2, Phil Herreen. Car 78, Phil March. And still they battle. Phil March now coming up behind Ron Gates. Walked a little bit there, loses a bit of ground. Ronnie Gates, no slouch in that car. Certainly move it along. Phil March now through underneath. And out after Phil Herreen again. Herreen's gained about 10 car lengths advantage now over Phil March. And there's Sleepy Trip Only 2 circuits to go to that checkered flag, and it looks like he's going to do it. Sleepy Trip driving a magnificent race after having a really scary moment in one of the earlier heats. Car 3 on his last lap now. The battle for second, it looks like that's going to be decided now too. And down the straight for the twin checkered flags is car 3 from the USA. Sleepy Trip in for first. Second is 2. Where is he? Herreen coming down the straight now. Third is 78, Phil March. And fourth, your guess as good as mine. Wouldn't have a clue, but what a great race for Sleepy Trip.
Good one, Phil. Did you think you'd stay there?
Well, you know, I got there and I said, I'm going to give it away, it's going to be a battle on. And Sleepy went round me, and we were trying to settle in and just go the distance. We've had some heating problems with the car, and Alex said if it goes over 220, pull in. Well, it was on 219. I had to keep my eye on it to make sure it didn't go over 220. So, no, thanks to Alec and the boys. The car's done the job. We've had worry. This temperature night's been a godsend to us, and to Sleepy and Phil March, who just kept me going. I just kept feeling that car hanging on my tail there, and I'd go for a rest and have to go out again.
I guess with the heat at 219, you must have felt a bit of heat behind you.
Yeah, well, you know, it was. I was waiting for a lot of the other American boys and that, but we just sort of said we had to stick to a plan and get out there and then try to keep the car run quick and keep it cool. And as I said, it was bloody hard trying to watch the temperature gauges and keep Marchie off my tail. But well driven, Phil, and I enjoyed the race immensely. Thanks to Sleep.
Thanks very much, Phil. If you'd like to wait up here with the lovely Pat. And ladies and gentlemen, as the stage drives around, your applause for them all. Thank you.